Hey everybody, in this video we're looking at how to turn purchase orders into structured data with Unstruct. Now, a purchase order is an official document sent by a buyer to a seller that lists the items or services being purchased, along with quantities, prices, and delivery details. Now, it serves as a legally binding contract once the seller accepts it, protecting both the parties by clearly documenting what's being ordered. Now let's take a look at why we need to extract purchase order data. So firstly, it could be for automating invoice matching and payment approvals. So we might need to compare purchase order data against invoices to verify whether you're paying for only what was actually ordered. Secondly, spend analytics and budget tracking. So this is to understand spending patterns and identify cost saving opportunities within the business. Thirdly, there is inventory and supply chain planning. So you could monitor incoming orders to forecast inventory levels and prevent stockouts. It could also be for compliance requirements. And finally, to integrate data into ERP or accounting systems. So this is just to maintain your records for accounting purposes. So these are just some of the many reasons why you might need to extract purchase order data. Now let's see what are some commonly faced challenges when we look to extract data from purchase orders. So, firstly, we have inconsistent formats because every vendor is going to have their own template for the purchase order, making it difficult for traditional OCR to pull all variants under one hood for extraction. But we'll see how LLMs help you overcome that. Secondly, there is handwritten text or poor quality scans. So we see purchase orders come in all kinds of formats. It's not always a neat digitally native document. Sometimes you might get scans with bad lighting, skewed scans, or purchase orders with handwritten text all over it. And then there could also be complex tables and multi line items. Purchase orders can have anywhere from one item to hundreds of items, so the descriptions can run across multiple lines, merge cells, or nested tables. So, extraction while preserving the relationship of the data between these line items can be quite difficult. And finally, there are data standardization or normalization challenges because purchase orders could contain multiple date formats. For instance, you could have the date first followed by the month or the vice versa format of representing your dates. You could have multiple measuring units, currencies, numbering systems that you follow, and even languages when you get purchase orders from different regions. So, when processing all these documents under one hood, we might have to normalize this data. Now that we've covered what are the challenges that are typically faced in purchase order extraction, let's take a look at how Unstruct facilitates data extraction seamlessly from purchase orders. So what you see over here is the Unstruct interface, and if I were signing in for the first time, what I'd have to do is set up certain prerequisite connectors. Now these connectors are going to help you perform document extraction within Unstruct. Now, since the platform is run by LLMs, you have the various models over here that you can integrate with. You can see that I've set up connectors with a couple of them right here. You'd also need to set up connectors with vector DBs, embedding models, and finally text extractors. Now, text extractors are an important layer in document extraction because this tool is going to extract the raw text from your uploaded documents and prepare it into a format that is ready for LLM consumption. So we have a couple of options over here for you to choose from. What we see our users commonly go for is LLM Whisperer, which is also Unstruct's in-house text extraction tool, and it is known to preserve the layout of your original document and create really good documents that are LLM ready. So once your prerequisites are set up, you're good to go and you can get started with document extraction. Now in this video, we're specifically looking at purchase orders. So let's take a look at how Unstruct supports purchase order extraction within the platform. And there are multiple ways to do that. Now, let me start by covering the easiest way or the way in which the user has to put in the most minimal effort to extract purchase order data. And for that, I am going to explore Unstruct's API Hub, where we have a collection of extraction APIs that are ready to use. And these APIs basically extract data from commonly incurred business documents like the purchase order, invoices, bills of lading, and so on. So if I open the purchase order extraction API, you have an overview over here giving you a brief on how the API functions, and you also have key features. So this particular API can extract data from purchase orders no matter the layout or design. It supports 20 plus file formats, over 200 languages, and also enables 99% table accuracy. So you can see that these are all the challenges that we looked at earlier, and the overview section basically covers how it's able to overcome these challenges. And if I scroll down a little, you can see the entire JSON response that you would get when you run this particular API. So you can go through all the data fields that are extracted using this API. So our team has done extensive research, and we've looked to accommodate all the data fields that are usually extracted from purchase orders, and you have all of them lined up over here. And in case a certain field is missing in your particular document, you would simply be returned with a null value. So go through this entire overview, and finally it concludes with a bunch of use cases where this API might find application. And if you're happy with this, you can try it out on your particular purchase order using our playground. So this is for free, where I can upload a document of my own. And once I click on extract data, it would be able to extract the data in the output JSON format that we looked at earlier. And right there, we have the data ready. You can go through the extracted data over here and also download it as a JSON file. Now, this API can also be deployed in Postman, and you have a downloadable Postman collection for you to set it up. And you can also explore the sample results where we've uploaded certain sample purchase orders, and you can see how the results are compared to each of these documents. Now, the purchase order extraction API really brings down the development time that you'd have to spend in manually creating projects that would extract purchase order data. And this is ready to use. You just have to plug and play into your workflow, and you don't have to worry about the maintenance as well, because our team is working in the backend and regularly updating the API. And that covers the purchase order extraction API. Now let's go back into Unstrack to explore certain other ways of extracting data from purchase orders. So we saw with the purchase order extraction API that the identification of data fields, the extraction logic, and all of that has already been taken care of and is ready to use. However, if you want more autonomy over your projects and the data that you're extracting from your purchase orders, you can always create an extraction project of your own using the prompt engineering environment in Unstract, the Prompt Studio. So within the Prompt Studio, what will happen is there are three key operations that users will have to take care of. Firstly, identifying data fields from a document and mentioning the output schema for extraction. Secondly, developing a prompt that covers for all the edge cases that they might incur and all the test document variants that they'll have to upload. And thirdly, verifying the extraction output and ensuring accuracy is maintained. So these three key operations were usually the most heavy lifting aspect of prompt engineering. However, with our latest release, the Agentic Prompt Studio, all these three operations can be automated using multi-agent pipelines, and we'll see how by creating a new project for purchase order extraction. Okay, so I'm going to select create new project and let me enter the details. So once I do this, this is basically how the Agentic Prompt Studio interface looks. The first step that I'll have to do over here is set the LLMs that are going to be working on this project. So the Agentic Prompt Studio lets you choose from the various LLMs that you've connected with, and you can choose different LLMs for different tasks. For instance, I could choose a particular LLM just for running the extraction prompts, another LLM for generating the prompts and schema, and an LLM Whisperer connector for raw text extraction from documents, and finally a lightweight LLM to basically perform lightweight tasks like producing the prompt metadata. This enables me with the flexibility to choose models for different tasks based on what they are best fit for, instead of having one common LLM to perform all the operations. And it also helps me account for factors like cost while I'm deciding what LLMs work on what operations. So once I've set this up, I can upload the purchase orders for this demo. So I am going to be uploading three purchase orders today. All right, so over here I've uploaded the purchase orders and you can take a look at the documents over here. So we have one purchase order with handwritten text, and it's also a skewed scan, and this is actually an image which is not very clear, and it could be quite difficult for traditional OCRs to pick up on the information that is written over here. So we'll take a look at the other purchase orders we have. We have one scanned purchase order, which is a pretty neat scan, and finally we also have a digitally native purchase order document. So these are the different ways in which a typical business would incur purchase orders. And now let's perform the first function, that is extracting the raw text from these documents and creating it in a format that is LLM ready. So this is basically where we deploy the text extractor connector, or in this case LLM Whisperer, which runs on all these uploaded documents and extracts the text in a layout preserved format. So if I go into the raw text over here, this is basically how the text is extracted. And the layout is also preserved because LLMs understand the context of documents very much like humans do. So the best way in which you can pass the complete context to LLMs is to preserve the original layout of the document. So over here, in this case, we have a document which is a skewed scan and it is disoriented. However, when I go into the raw text, you can see that the text has been retrieved exactly with the layout intact and the orientation has also been fixed. So this is basically the context that the LLMs will be working on when we extract data from the documents. So once the raw text is extracted, I can kickstart the schema generation pipeline where the system will automatically generate a unified schema which accounts for all the data fields that I'll be extracting from my purchase orders. So the first step in the schema generation pipeline is to create a summary of the documents. So what happens over here is a summarizer agent basically runs on each of the test documents that were uploaded, and it creates a list of what are the key data fields to extract from this document, what are examples of this particular data, what data type are these fields of, and you basically have the summary ready over here. So for instance, with the handwritten purchase order, this is the summary that I get. So you have the data fields name, the description of this particular field, the type, the data type that this field should follow, and an example value for the extraction. So you have that for all the various fields that are found in this particular purchase order. And similarly, you would have the same summary for the other uploaded test documents as well. So this is a first stage of the agentic schema generation pipeline. Now I can go ahead and generate the schema. Now, what happens in schema generation is that the system goes through all the individual summaries of the uploaded test documents and it puts together all the data fields in one unified schema. So in this way, you do not miss out on any data fields that might be present in one purchase order but not in another. So this is a way of accounting for all the edge cases and all the variants that you might get in your purchase orders. All right, so we have the schema generated over here, and I can go into the schema tab to look at the unified schema. We have all the data fields, and for each of these fields, we have the name of the field followed by the description, sample values, the format, as well as the data type. So this is the unified schema that is going to be used when the platform next generates the prompt. So back in the status tab, click on create prompt and the system then triggers another multi-agent pipeline to generate a detailed 7-section prompt with various specifications for edge cases, output format specifications, field level guidance, and this process alone saves teams countless hours and days of manual effort that they'd have to pour into it otherwise. So, in just a few minutes, we'll see how the system generates a detailed prompt and how the project can be deployed in just a few minutes instead of spending countless days on prompt engineering. And right there, we have generated the prompt successfully. And under the extraction prompt tab, you can look at the detailed prompt. You can see that the prompt starts with a task overview, and then we have an output schema that is defined over here. And then we go into the extraction guidelines. So for each of these data fields, you can see the extraction guidelines. For instance, we have the purchase order number here. So the system includes in the prompt what exactly is a purchase order number, where to find it. So usually it is at the near top of a document, often labeled as PO number, order number, and so on. What is a pattern that it might follow and the format that it might follow. So it gives you all these details for each of the fields extracted. So we have the buyer information fields over here, the vendor information fields over here. So this is the kind of depth that you can actually arrive at within only a few minutes, where the multi-agent pipeline works on the documents. So you have that over here, you have the line item arrays, and then we have the product specification fields. And finally, you'd also contain certain formatting rules. So, what is the general formatting? What is the formatting for numbers, for currency, for dates? So, over here, my prompt is also editable. So, any of these areas, I can edit the prompt in case I want it to be changed. I just have to click on edit. And for instance, let's say that I need to change the format that I get the date in. So, over here, it's written that the document can retain the original format of the date. Now, instead of that, let's say that I want the date to follow the format of the date first, and then the month, and then the year. So I'm just going to replace the common format over here with the day first, followed by the month, and finally the year. And I'm also going to change the prompt over here to following the date format given below. So once I do this, I can also change the example values that I've given. So I'm going to remove this and this. And probably enter another example value. So this is basically how I can make changes to the prompt. And when I click on save, what the system does is that it creates a new version of this prompt while retaining the existing or the older version. So this is how the system supports versioning, and you can enter detailed descriptions for each of the versions that you create. In this case, I'm just going to enter V2. And you can also compare the different versions that you have of the prompt and revert to an older version at any time. So when I click on compare over here, you can compare the two versions, and the system also automatically highlights the area where the changes are with respect to these two versions. So you have the changes over here, and the system has automatically highlighted that. And this is basically how you keep a close tab on how you control your prompts based on the initial prompt that the system generates. And finally, we conclude with edge case handling, special case handling, how to handle multiple values, ambiguous labels, and so on. So this is basically how detailed the prompt is generated, and for you can just get started and start working on top of this. Now, the next step that I'd have to do is create a verified data set. Now, the verified data allows you to create a golden set of data whose values have been manually verified. I'll just explain how this works. So you can see over here that the system has created the verified data for two of the test documents, and you can access it under the verified data tab. So as you can see, for this particular document, the system basically runs the extraction prompt once and extracts all the values as per the prompt's guidance. And you have that over here. And what you can do is manually verify whether the extraction output is correct or not. So you can compare it with the document on the right hand side and manually edit these values in case they are incorrect. So you can see that for each of the uploaded test documents, we have different data that is extracted. So what this allows you to create is one golden set of data with all the accurate extraction outputs. And this is especially useful when we have to change the prompts in the future, because many businesses will have to alter the prompts as time goes by. And sometimes when you alter a certain portion of the prompt, it might affect certain other portions that you did not intend to change. So when that happens with subsequent extraction runs, the system automatically compares the extraction output with the verified data and highlights the areas where the data is extracted incorrectly. So just to understand this a little better, we have the digitally native invoice over here, and we have the extracted output, and I can manually verify each one of these outputs. Now over here, you can see that the currency has been given as USD, and this might be absolutely correct, but just to understand how verified data works, I'm going to change this to INR. And when I do this, this becomes the value that the system considers as accurate. And let me save this. And with that, I'm going to leave the verified data set as such and run the extraction run for all the documents. The system again runs the prompts against all the test documents, but the only difference is this time it's going to compare the extraction output with the verified data set. All right. So you can see that the system has extracted the data and we have the individual accuracy scores of each document. So what happens over here is that the system compares the extracted output with the verified data and checks for the accuracy score. And you have the accuracy score over here for the individual test documents and an overall project accuracy score on top. Now I can drill down into each of these accuracy scores to see the exact places where I have a mismatch. And as you can see over here, we have the extracted data on the left as USD and the verified data as INR on the right. And the system has automatically highlighted the places where the extraction run was incorrect. So this is basically how you maintain the accuracy of your projects. And you also have an analytics tab where we have key metrics like the total fields extracted, the overall accuracy, failed fields, top mismatch fields, and so on for you to keep a tab on the accuracy of your extracted outcomes. Moreover, there is also a mismatch matrix which gives you a bird's eye view of all the data fields extracted compared against all the documents uploaded. So this is also color coded for you to easily spot the areas where there has been an incorrect extraction. And it also lets you compare how the same prompt has worked across multiple test documents, because the same prompt could work perfectly well for one document while it might not work well for another. So when you have an incorrect output that is flagged over here, and you can basically understand that there is an aspect of the prompt that is not covering an edge case or a special occurrence in this particular purchase order. And again, I can drill deeper from here and look at the exact field mismatch. So with that, we've actually taken a look at the Agentic Prompt Studio, and we've seen how you can basically auto-generate a schema, create an extraction prompt, and also ensure the accuracy of your extracted output. And all of this is automatically done, and the entire project can be created in just a few minutes instead of spending days and days of manual work. So the final step once you create the project is to export this particular project as a tool, and you can then use this tool to deploy this project as an API deployment, ETL pipeline, task pipeline, or also a human in the loop workflow. So that basically sums up how you can extract purchase order data using Unstruct. We explored the ready to use API and also the Agentic Prompt Studio. However, if your needs are limited to just extracting a few data fields from the document, then you can also go with the traditional Prompt Studio. To further explore the platform, you can sign up for a free Unstruct trial period or also sign up for a demo where we can sit with you in a one on one conversation and see how Unstruct can be suited for your business needs. Or you also have a plethora of resources from blogs, webinars, and videos that you can take a look at to learn more about document extraction using Unstruct.